After all the fantastic Christmas decorations have gone, what can be better than going to a couple of January light fairs? And we start off with this one over at Canary Wharf, which has got over 20 different light installations, including starting with this one, and if you look closely, it's all computer boards. The light installation happens every January each year, and the fantastic thing is it's spread across the whole estate, and it's really easy to find because everything is well signposted. And you see this person here in the purple, there's one of them at every single light installation, giving you a map showing you where all the installations are, but also giving you a picture so you know what you're looking for as well. This one gives you the effect of sort of hanging lights in the air on both sides of the bridge. Nearly all of them are outside, so you're playing hostage to the weather depending on what it's doing. As you'll see near the end of this video, it absolutely started tipping down, whereas a couple of them are inside, including this one, and there's me waving at it. Yes, that's me filming. And apparently I exist there now. That's great. Now this is the other inside one, and this is absolutely brilliant. You know how much I love light tunnels and all the fairy lights that go over if you watched our Christmas videos here on the channel. Well, this one has got lights in it, but it's all mirrors, and they're all very, very square mirrors, small square mirrors. So the whole festival was here for 10 days, and it was extremely busy because it's open every single evening. So I stood around for quite some time waiting for the tunnel to empty to really give you a good shot. Didn't happen. So in the end I just gave up and went down there with everyone else. But as you can see, it's all very, very small mirrors just set up in a tunnel inside here. But look at that, how effective they are, and the sort of the shimmering of it. And this was certainly my favourite effect of it, looking at the small mirrors and just looking at the reflection bouncing off it. Now, a new railway line to Canary Wharf is the Elizabeth line. It's got its own station here, and it's got a building which is Crossrail Place, and on the top you've got this roof garden. Now, we have filmed this separately before, and I'm going to show it again at another time in the next couple of months because they have changed it around slightly. But for the purpose of the winter lights, they've done all sorts of things in here. Now, they've got a couple of light installations, but they also decided to hang up, yes, a whole load of glitter balls, which really does give you a fantastic effect. When you look up in the garden here, it looks like it's all completely enclosed, but it's not. A lot of it is actually open, hence that's why you've got all the greenery and it's all quite living quite well here. So if it's raining, you're also going to get very wet when you're up here as well. The effect of the light on this spinning top is great because you've got broken mirror pieces on the spinning top, and then you've got the light bouncing off in all directions. Those of you of a certain age may well have had a spinning top like this when you were a child. Yes, I know, we have those sorts of age of people watching, and I put myself in that category as well. What's also helped is the number of different fog machines they've got around here, because that's really helped with the light effects as well. Also, whilst there were 20 odd main features, there were also lots of other little bits that were added on. Like up here, you've got quite a few of these sort of neon spiders, sort of around and going up trees, etc., which weren't part of the exhibition. But if you then do the trails and you have a good walk around, you come across all these bonus extra bits. This whole garden area is another great secret part of London. It's right here in the middle of Canary Wharf, but it's incredible how many people don't actually realise it's here because it's above the Elizabeth line, so most people sort of dive down to the trains. So it's one of those great places to come. So if you haven't discovered it, do come up here. Plus it's got restaurants as well. Now, some of the light displays are interactive, as are displayed here. So you've got 3 circling things here, but as you can see, the children are turning the handles, which makes it go round, which adds to the whole effect of the neon lights. And as you can see with this last one at the end here, the faster you turn the handle, the quicker it goes round. And on this one, it certainly feels like a trip back to the 60s. Is it me or is it Time Tunnel? I wonder how many of you remember that. Whilst a lot of the light displays have been put in purely for the Winter Lights exhibition, some of them are here permanently. This is one of them, and all you've got here is sort of perspex rods with light shining up through them. Now in these cones that have been put out, they're very, very simple light effects, but with the use of the mirrors, it really does bring them to life. And then you've got a big mirror in the end there so you can see yourself in the middle, filming yourself. There you go. Hello! The great news is if you're coming up here as a family, not only is it free and you can just get involved, but also it's well marked out as well. So if you don't get a map, it's actually really easy to find because everything is clearly marked. So you can't really miss any of these things. And also I love the whole fact, not only is it free, but also a lot of them are interactive as well. So great effects when you're looking in, but then when you look from the outside, yeah, it's just some metal put together with mirrors inside it. How effective is that? The next one is also great. It's a load of optic cables hanging from the ceiling, and then you walk through them. So they've all got lights on the end of them, all shining down from the top, but then as you walk through, they sort of hit you in the face. Great for the camera. You can sort of see why people were going backwards and forwards to go through this several times to really get the effect, and how good that looks for your Instagram photos. One thing you need to watch out for, all of the lengths of the plastic are different, so you do find yourself walking into them, and I did actually get one in the eye, so you've got to watch where you're going, which isn't that easy when you've got so many of these threads hanging down. But what a great effect this is. In some of the displays, including this one, you've got pulsing lights which go to different sounds. So it's not music, but it's different sounds that are coming out from the whole installation. Now we can't play them on here because YouTube won't let us, but you can still get a great feel for the different beats of the lights. Also, because everything is so easy and so accessible, whether you've got push chairs, as this gentleman has just walked past here, or if you're in a chair or a scooter or whatever, it's really accessible for everyone. So they really have thought about the accessibility part of the whole of the Canary Wharf lights as well. Now this is a simple concept, but this is here all the time, like one of the ones we've shown you before. So this isn't here specially for the light display, this is here all year round. So if you do make it up to Canary Wharf and it's dark, come along and come and sit on a lit bench. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing it when we came up here because it was tipping it down. So they're going to have soggy bums. But normally, if the weather's good, come and have a sit on your own coloured bench. Now a little bit of concentration is required because we completely missed this installation at the bottom of one of the buildings as we were walking to the other ones. So sometimes you just need to be aware of maybe what you've missed. So maybe take a pen with you so you can tick them off and then go find the ones that you've missed. What I like with the light displays is they've done all different types. Some you can get really involved in, some you just look at and go, wow. And you've got one like this, which is really quite simple. And it's a big circle with lots and lots of windows in. And when you just look through one of the windows, as you can see here, you can see the effects behind the windows and around all of the other ones. So you've got what appears to be lots and lots of neon with all sorts of things flashing around inside it. And then when you get used to doing that, they change the colour and make it look completely different. And also because there's so many windows, there's so much space for everyone. And I like the fact they've done really, really low ones so the children can see in there really easily as well. So this light effect's been set up in Montgomery Square, and if you come down here during the day, during normal Monday to Friday office hours, you'll find there's lots and lots of food outlets that they've got down here, and we covered that in a recent walk that we did when we walked from one side of Canary Wharf to another, and I'll put a link to that up in the top right hand corner. But can you see also, you've got all the lights still around the trees which they put up for Christmas, lighting the park, which is our next destination. Here again, a really, really simple effect, but also not on the list of the exhibits. And all they've done is put lights under the water, put smoke machines on top of the water, and then you've got the smoke gently drifting down, giving you this sort of multicoloured swamp feeling. Now if you're harking back to Christmas lights and you fancy getting back to that, have no fear. We've got some Christmas trees. Well, they're not really Christmas trees, but they're trees with lots and lots of fairy lights stuck around them. And wow, don't these look great in the dark? Now, if you've not come across Canary Wharf before, Canary Wharf is now the sort of city of London. It all moved out from the city to the Docklands area. So you've got massive tall skyscrapers overlooking this area. So it really is quite funny that they bring everything down at ground level to light. And as you can see, if you like those trees before, you're going to love these ones coming up because they're even more colourful and taller as well. And also the great thing with these ones is you can walk right close up to them and get lots and lots of selfies with them. You can also tell by the crowds mingling through as well how popular the Canary Wharf winter lights are. Now this whole area is Jubilee Park and it's always open, so if you come down here during the summer you'll quite often find office workers sitting down here having their sandwiches and relaxing during their lunch breaks. So you can see you've got statues still there right in the middle of the grass area. Also, because they put water features in the park, there is nothing better than getting a great reflection of the lights in the water. Hope you're loving the light show here at Canary Wharf, and if you are, do us a favour, give us a big thumbs up, will you? And also let us know in the comments down below, what have you enjoyed so far? Which one of these light displays would be the one that you would go to first? Also, if you've been here a while and haven't subscribed, why not? Go on, hit that subscribe button. We've got so many videos coming up this year from all over London. Now, whoever was putting the whole exhibition must have thought, right, we've got a big expanse of water, what can we put on it? I know what we can put on it. Let's put a big blow-up version of the Earth. And here it is. But wow, doesn't it look impressive floating backwards and forwards on this quay? Now the next couple of installations are here all the time, including this one, which is really clever. If you look closely, you'll see words coming down, and this is in water. So this is all droplets of water flying from above. And even numbers there as well. See, expenses, tests, movie. There's all different sorts of ones. So just go backwards and forwards a bit and see what words you can make out. But they're all done at random as well. So if you're coming up to Canary Wharf, it's there all the time, as is this part of the bridge here. Now it's only lit at night, so if you want to get the full effects of the light, you need to come up here at night, but it always looks so beautiful. And as you can see, all it is tubes of light going round, quite a few of them, to give you that beautiful bright red colour. The other thing I love about this display as well is not many people notice, but it goes right round the bridge and underneath it as well. So you get this lovely reflection on the water. On the next bridge along, they've put more neon down it purely for the Winter Lights exhibition. So I wonder how many people miss it because it's not part of the exhibition. But once again, just look at the colours reflected off the water and you can see all the fairy lights still on the trees from Christmas, just lighting up this road down to the next set of exhibition. Now each one of the displays has a different name. Most of them don't make any sense, so I don't bother with them. But this one's called Zip, and actually you can see why. Because actually you can just see all the lights zipping round this whole feature here, which is going up and down and undulating around this whole garden area as it zooms past you. Also making noises as well, but once again we can't bring them to you. And if you stand here for too long, it really does become quite mesmerising as you watch the lights disappearing here, there and everywhere. And now to our next exhibition, which are 3 animals all in different colours. And if you look closely, you can see the rain absolutely pouring off them, as it was off us when we were filming this as well. A lot of the different exhibition displays, it's got big signs by them saying, please do not get on the objects. What I'd like to know is, how would you get up on one of those? And actually anyone carrying a ladder might be spotted a long way off by security. Right, to our next exhibition, and it's a whole load of pillars with mirrors. Now our next one, this sort of reminds me of what you put in a child's room to help them to sleep with nursery rhymes playing. So this is rotating, but as it's rotating, the stars and the writing at the bottom is all shining on the pavement. And then you can clearly see the words, "We are made of star stuff." So simple, yet so effective. Looks absolutely beautiful. This bridge is called Robert Adam Plaza, and it goes to the Elizabeth line from Canary Wharf, and it's always here and it's always this colourful. But what they've done to really bring it to life for the lights exhibition is they've just shot the lights going up and down it to really bring it to life. Fantastic. Now this is the last one here at Canary Wharf, but don't go anywhere because we're going to bring you the lights that they had over in the Southbank for January as well. And I think this guy with the suitcase is trying to keep up with the red lights going down. No, he failed. So it's time to go down by the Thames, by the Southbank, and it's time to give you the lights. Now you'll recognise these because we bought these to you when we covered the Southbank and the Christmas market in the Southbank. So they kept these up during the month of January, so if you hadn't seen them before, you can come down here. By the way, that neon line you can see out in the background is Waterloo Bridge, because you've got the neon going down the side of Waterloo Bridge as well. It's almost as if they've planned this. Well, almost. It's always there. So the Southbank decided to keep the lights going, so just to make everyone a bit more cheerful in that interesting month of January, they decided to keep the lights going, including these rotating ones which we featured briefly before. But it wasn't until I was standing here that I realised, actually you've got jars. So you've got half a jar, and then as it rotates, you've got the full jar being shown by the neon. Then you've also got another pot that is sitting there, and you've almost got like a beehive, which is that green one at the back there, and that's the whole idea. So as it spins around, it gives you that illusion of having the whole thing. The 2 previous displays we bought you before because they're down on the same level as the towpath that goes by the side of the River Thames. Here we're on a floor higher by the Southbank Centre, hence we completely missed these, and these look absolutely fantastic. And this is quite mesmerising. As you walk around it, you see different colours as you move around. And it's then when you get to this point, not only do you see this, but you also see the light shining on the wall, which we're going to bring you in just a couple of seconds. So here you've got different shapes and colours, gently morphing, quite slowly morphing into different colours as it goes through. So we thought we'd help you speed it up a little bit to show you where it does sort of speed up and it moves a bit quicker. It's almost like those books with the different shapes in which you can colour as you go along. It's like someone's doing that there. And then as you go down further, you've got a rectangular one, which also does all the different effects and morphs into all the different types of effects as well. In case you're wondering, the statue which is down below, which is almost in shot, is Nelson Mandela. So here on this side of the Southbank Centre, you've got these different pretty pictures with all their different colours. Then if you go to the other side of the Southbank Centre, they're actually showing a cartoon, and they're showing someone how they're doing pottery. So they've got this route going on a reel. And it shows all the different stages the potter goes through to get their final object. So completely different, and certainly wasn't expecting that, and so many people would miss this as well because once again it's up on the first floor. That's the light displays of the Southbank Centre, and we've also before shown you Canary Wharf and the light winter display that they had over there. So what was your favourite bit? Do let us know down in the comments down below. Be really interesting to see because there was so much to choose from, especially going round Canary Wharf. Now if you like the neon, then you're going to love taking a trip with us to Lift 109 at Battersea Power Station, which is the new attraction there where you can see all over London, and I'll put a link to that video in the top right hand corner.